I'm not in our neighborhood, right? This is the Mayfair, but we had our Melody-Serenade neighborhood association meeting last night. It's every fourth Tuesday. So we had our members were there. So we had our cabinet, I guess. Our board was Janice, Gloria, and myself. And then we had representation from the mayor's office, Tara Dang. We had SJPD was represented there by our new Southern Division Captain, Steve Payne. And then also Casey Mess, who's our new rep for crime prevention. Speaking of crime prevention, that's our SJPD helicopter coming to work right on cue, okay, from the flyover. And then we had our, of course, Marie, Ramadag, our principal, and Christopher came through and let us have her space in the teacher lounge. And we had our D2 representative, Anthony Montez, was there. And then we had a neighborhood guest that was also affiliated with the San Jose Bike Coalition, Tuan, one of the neighbors that lives off of Halyard. So that's kind of who was there. I would love to have more neighbors show up and voice their opinions. But let's start off with the mayor's office update. Tara was kind enough to ask, what do we want from the as a neighborhood? What are our goals to, basically what can she do for us? What can the mayor's office do for us? And pretty much they're hitting all what they need to hit in terms of what I've heard from neighbors. We feel like the mayor comes at least once or twice a year to kind of get a pulse on the neighborhood, walk the neighborhood, helps us with the cleaning, gets a lot of people from all over the place to come and help. And through Tara, he gives us updates on what's going on in the mayor's office. For instance, she was sharing that the March budget, which is like an initial budget to the June budget, basically that budget passed on the mayor's side of things, and basically looking for building interim housing out using Measure E funding, so that we can make sure we can use that money to do what we need, whatever we need to do to create more housing, right? So that's his plan. And then she kind of gave an update on the Olive program, which is basically giving people notice on several of these RV campsites, where you can move to, what you can do, and basically that we can't be creating more blight for our neighbors that we park in front of. Again, I don't own an RV, but I do consider them neighbors when they park in my neighborhood, and we try to be, again, neighborly. The other thing that the mayor's office wanted to know, Tara wanted to share, in the June budget, it's really important if you learn more about the mayor's plan, you learn more about District 2 and the other council members' memos to that plan, really get an idea of what's going on, and then go speak at the council chambers in front of the public. It really makes a difference. Tara kind of laid it out where it's basically like old school democracy, right? You have a number of people that show up on each side is kind of where the council's going to go, right? Especially if it's depending on your district, which again, as Tara was hoping that more of us would show up. However, I hadn't checked out all the different opinions. I hadn't had time for that, and I didn't have time to show up. But if somebody has time to do that, show up, voice your opinion, because it does matter at the local level. So that was kind of one of her messages. I know there was 2 or 3 other things from that, but we'll go into SJPD. SJPD said there was some crime in the area, but when it compared to other areas around, it was a lot lower. So there were a couple burglaries, there were a couple break-ins, and an aggravated call, basically. One more, but in the notes I put the link where you can look them all up yourself. But he did say there were a couple concerning patterns. The biggest one was 5 injury hit and runs right here in our little area, right between Center Road and Coyote Palisades, and then from Halyard down to basically Continental Adagio. So 5 in that little area was concerning. So we are getting be getting speed humps, not because of that, it was kind of planned out ahead. But the other thing is that we need to make sure that we're taking time to review and follow through on the stuff that we say we do. And always report. SJPD says basically you can go online. I put a link in the notes. I'll also make that public. Maybe I'll put the link in the description for the video. But you can go ahead and go online and report something, even if it's an emergency. Obviously, they want you to call 911 or text 911, because not all the time, if you see something, you want to be getting on your phone, right? Because if they see you, whatever. But the biggest thing is you can also text 911, and they'll respond, and you can text them what the emergency is in that moment. You might be able to record videos, take a picture, and again, it's safe. But those things are good opportunities. The last thing I want to share is our District 2 update. Our District 2 update was basically an update on our speed bumps are coming, it's passenger D2. We need to get a new naming of our little pocket park, and then also we want to make sure that we get our the budget side from Pamela Campos. Pamela Campos did vote against the mayor's budget. She's advocating for a different plan. So he explained that plan. If you want to know more, go to Pamela Campos' website, find out more of what she's thinking, what she's doing in terms of working with the other members, the council members that voted against the mayor's budget. For the most part, that's what we ran out of space. So if you have any questions about the neighborhood association meeting, please give me a call, 831-2